I have a new home library. Welcome, you beautiful bookish people. Today is a very special day because if you watched my last vlogging reading Fearless by Lauren Roberts, you know that me and my husband have moved to a new home, which means I get my own library room now, and I'm so freaking excited to be able to set this room up, organize everything. And I have my little mic on right now because it's so echoey in here because I don't have a rug yet, I don't have a chair yet, but we have our new IKEA bookshelves. And I have all of my books you can kind of see in the camera. So I'm taking this as the perfect opportunity to show you every single special edition I have while organizing my shelves at the same time. It's just gonna be the ultimate book organization and show and tell, I guess, kind of video. So let's get started. Here is what we are currently working with right now. I have all of my SJM, Rebecca Yarros, Carissa Broadbent books over here. These are the books that I want to display, that these books define my reading taste. So I want to make sure to have these on a very special shelf that is visible. So I just kind of scooched those over. I have my puppy. So hi, Guppy. Guppy, you're really the star of the show. Honestly, this should be your channel, not mine. And then I have miscellaneous books. A lot of these I have read, but most of them I have not. So this is basically my physical TBR with the exception of a few, obviously Powerless, When the Moon Hatched or whatever, but I have all of my fairyloot books here, which I need to display those as well because those have very, very pretty edges. And if you are not new here, you know I am a sucker for sprayed edges. So we're gonna kind of figure this out and wing it, but yeah. Now, I said I do want to show you my special of the special editions. First of all, I'm actually so shocked that I was able to get this early. This is my A Court of Silver Flames Barnes & Noble exclusive version. It's the Night Court edition. I wanted the black Barnes exclusive of this book for so long, but resale value skyrocketed. And so the cheapest that I could find one in pretty good condition was $200. And don't get me wrong, if I had the money, I probably would have spent the $200, but I did not. And then they announced the Night Court editions, and I know they got so much freaking hate. And I understand, if it's gonna be a special edition, you want all the art, you want the intricate details, I get that. And I'm I totally understand that. And to be honest, I kind of agree, but also I've been after this cover for so long that I was you know what, screw it. I'm so excited for this anyways. It's not the most special editions, but it has the Feyre Resand extra chapter. It has the black and silver cover. I love it. So say what you want. I'm so excited that I got this. The next, I don't even know if you can call these special editions because these are literally just the first print run of Daughter of No Worlds. And I was so lucky to be able to get these literally right before they went out of print. I'm not joking. I follow Carissa Broadbent on social media because I had heard about Serpent in the Wings and I heard about Daughter of No Worlds and I really wanted to read it. And then she announced that they were getting traditionally republished and I was oh, well, she's kind of a big author. I'm gonna go snag these right now because these are probably gonna go out of print. But thankfully I did it the day that I saw the post because 2 or 3 days later they were gone and they were reselling for $200 a book. Granted, I got the paperback versions because I like paperback better. I know, I understand understand for display purposes, hardcovers are better, but like I have all 3 of them and I got these total for all 3 books. I got it for $45. I don't know, maybe that's gonna make it a special edition. I don't know. Now these next ones, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Well, the first one is of Throne of Glass. It's the pink Books A Million exclusive, and I get so many questions on my social media asking about like what edition this is, because it kind of blows my mind though, because I'm like, guys, this is a pretty big book. Like, how did y'all not know about this? This came out in like October of like last year, I think. I pre-ordered it a while ago, but anyways, I just got it because it's pink. It's honestly not that special, but the pink and gold on the cover and Throne of Glass being my favorite series ever, I was like, well, I have to get it. That's a non-negotiable. And then I have the collector's edition, which this isn't necessarily one of those like super high value special editions, but like it's Throne of Glass. And it has Goldrun on the cover. And it has the, what's it called? Aurelian, the amulet. I'm disappointing myself. I'm totally blanking on what this is called. Amulet of Orinth? Wait, no, I'm totally blanking. But I know what this is. I just forget the name of it. And it comes in this like really pretty case. That's not super special. I know a lot of people have these and they're not very hard to find. I think you can get them on like Amazon for like $25. These as well, I didn't know how coveted these were. I got these on the second print run and I don't think you can get them anymore. They're the Crescent City and House of Sky and Breath special editions from the exclusive version from Barnes & Noble, and they're just so pretty. Like, this is what I want from every single book cover. I know that's not realistic because literally on the front they have no words. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking of taking off the stickers, but I'm scared to at this point because they've been on there for so long. But it has Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, and then Crescent City, House of Sky and Breath on the spine with Sarah J. Maas's name and then the little crescent moon, which I love that. I just think this is art. This is what I want from a special edition. Granted, I would love it if there were sprayed edges, but I'm gonna take what I can get. Now this one was totally an impulse buy. This is the Dutch special edition of Quicksilver, and it has the prettiest sprayed edges with all of the butterflies. It does have the reversible cover in like the regular cover or whatever, but that one's going out of print too because she's rerunning it again because she was getting so much hate for Kingfisher on the cover, which don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of people on the cover, but like I didn't mind it. Like I think after reading the book, I was like, okay, like I get this. I do love Kingfisher on the cover, but I was among those people that was like, whatever, like it's just a cover, moving on. And then this one, I saw this one, it's just like, I love it. But like, oh, also this is completely in Dutch, so it's not even like I can read this. This is purely just on my shelf for looks. This is my Target edition of Onyx Storm. I'm not gonna dwell on this one because I actually have a whole reading vlog for it where I go get this copy. You know it, you love it. I'm so lucky to have gotten it. I was actually the first in line at my Target, so kudos to me. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. But there's this one. This is technically a special edition. It's the like Christmas or holiday edition of Fourth Wing. I did not get I don't have a first edition of Fourth Wing because I picked it up in November of 2023 and it came out in May. So I saw this one and I was like, all right, well, I guess it like the black edges match my first edition of Iron Flame. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So this is my edition. And then I have the French special edition of Fourth Wing. I just couldn't get over these edges and the black and white and gold cover. I think it was beautiful. And then the end papers, what do you mean? And then there's a really pretty art on the back cover. So, and the naked hardcover has the dragons on it. So that one again was an impulse buy, but it was like regular price on Amazon. So I just snagged that one. And then I have the Acrylics edition of Fourth Wing. I did not get the Iron Flame one because I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't a huge fan of the cover art of this, but I loved the sprayed edges on it. I display it like this so we can see Violet. And on the back it says a dragon without its rider is a tragedy, a rider without the dragon is dead. And the spine is pretty as well. So I do really love this one. That is all of my favorite author, favorite book special editions. So, well, I mean, okay, I guess I have these alternate covers for Throne of Glass, the entire set. Editing this video, I will insert the information to the shop on Etsy here. I'm blanking on what the name was, but basically it was a digital download of these covers and then you print them yourself and cut them. It was definitely very difficult to cut them because I did not have like one of those big table like knife things, but they have Selena on the back and then some flowers on the front, and I got them because of the spines. The spines are freaking gorgeous. this, and they're all like color coordinated. It's like a blue and green theme, but these are just my hardcover regular editions of Throne of Glass that I got for Christmas one year, and these are the copies that I read for the first time, so they're very special. So let's put these on the shelf, and then I'm not gonna like go into too much detail on my TBR pile over here. I mean, you'll see what I have, and a lot of these are like fairyloot books, which I guess I could show those, but I have not read a lot of them, so I don't know how to really talk about them in not necessarily like in a positive light, but like I don't have much to say because I don't actually know the story, so I'm not gonna be super excited about the cover unless it's like just really, really pretty. I don't actually know if I like this. Here's my dilemma. My reading chair is gonna go in that corner, and when I film like my reading vlogs and stuff, I'm obviously gonna have my camera facing like towards me, and I do plan to put up some like bookish prints and stuff and like frames on the wall, but I want like my favorite books to be in that shot. But the problem is when I do like my other filming, I'm gonna be sitting here probably, or maybe I'll be sitting there. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to make everything like this shelf is my favorites because it's gonna be the most seen, and then this shelf is just like other stuff. I don't know. Let's keep going. Okay, now we're getting into the other pile. I'm gonna show you my fairyloot stuff because here's the thing. I have not read all of my romantasy. I have the romantasy box, and I actually just signed up for the epic fantasy box. I just got invited and off the wait list for that. But I have been so bad about like actually reading the books that I get from my subscription. So I know Emmy Rossum did a video of catching up on fairyloot reads, and I think I need to do something similar because I have only read like one or two, I think. But oh my god, my most prized fairyloot possession book, whatever you want to call it, is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I don't even know how I snagged this one. I pre-ordered this in, I guess, was it like July of 2024? I think. In the morning, I got on the fairyloot website, because if you don't know how it kind of works, usually on a very popular fairyloot book release, they have you put into this like virtual queue on their website. It keeps the website from crashing from how many people are accessing the website. So I tried to get on the website, and then it said there was a queue, so I clicked off of it, and then at like the same night at like dinner time, I decided to go check again, and it let me right in, and I got this copy. I loved this book. I know this like is very polarizing, but as a high fantasy with a subplot of romance kind of girly, like this was so good for me. Now this is a fairyloot book that I have read. This is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Ariu. I did not expect to love this one as much as I did. I picked it up because I was seeing a little bit about it on social media, and I'm so glad I did. This was the book that I read right before Onyx Storm because I needed something that wasn't like too long, but was like a fluffy, not fluffy, okay, this wasn't fluffy. This was the definition of romantasy. If I could convince you to read one book from this entire vlog, read Heavenly Bodies. Oh my god. The rest of my fairyloot books, I won't go into too much detail. This is A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan. I'm just gonna like do a rapid like wee for you. It's pretty, haven't heard about it. Probably gonna read it soon. This I have heard about. Actually, this author is going to a coffee shop bookstore near me, which you've seen me go to it before. It's called Fable Hollow, and she's doing like an author event. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get tickets because I didn't see the email until like it was too late. But I've heard good things, so I really want to read this soon. I have not heard good things about the Starlight Air. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. I mean, it's pretty. I'm probably gonna keep it just because it's pretty, because I'm gonna have a little fairyloot collection. And then I have Iron and Embers Words by Helen Shure. But I am planning to read the Legends of Thesmar series before this one because I've heard like mixed things of like, oh yeah, you can read it if you want, or no, it's not necessary, but it adds a lot to the story if you have. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna read it because I want to be completely immersed. This one is actually an Owl Crate book. I had an Owl Crate subscription before I was invited to the fairyloot subscription, and fairyloot was the one that I really wanted, but I was invited to the Owl Crate one, so I was like, meh. At the time I was like, I can't afford to do multiple subscriptions, and the consistency with the Owl Crate one was kind of weird because the books were all different sizes, and I'm not gonna lie to you again, I've not heard phenomenal things about it, but I'm gonna read it because it's been on my shelf for way too long, and the art is actually really pretty. The font is actually not that large, so and this one is signed. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the other books that I have, some of my TBR are like really pretty, so I am just gonna cut to a segment where I'm gonna try to organize. This is gonna take me so long. I might do a time lapse on my phone because editing my time lapses on my camera is a nightmare because I don't have a time lapse setting. So that was really unnecessary information you did not need. Oh well. This is what I'm working with. So I guess this will be like a cute little setup for now. I can just have, well, I guess the windows are directly behind you. So this is probably what it's gonna end up being. But I'm gonna have my chair here and pictures and stuff. So that is gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. You are the best if you have made it this far to listen to me yap, to listen to me tell you about my favorite books. But that's what we're here for. So if you have made it all the way to the end of this video, Guppy, do you want to be included in this? How about, do you want them to comment paw emojis because you're the star of the show? Yeah, let's comment some paw emojis. I will see you next time. Mwah!